Are you serious? Are you serious, guys? We're breaking news here right now. We have some breaking news coming out of Manhattan. A terrible scene where a car, as you saw in the thumbnail, come crashing into an outside diner where people were eating. 7 people are injured. This car was going at a high rate of speed, also taking down the scaffolding of a construction site next to it. It was just an insane situation there in downtown Manhattan. Are you serious? Let me put a shout out real fast, guys, if I could. NobleGoldInvestment.com. That's www.noblegoldinvestment.com. It's true. The economy all of a sudden jumped today. We've seen 325,000 new jobs as the Trump administration's deregulation of business and the low taxes is continuing to work, and the V economy can recover, especially when Texas opens up its economy, and so did Connecticut. Those governors, even though they might have been Neanderthals, they did a pretty good job. But anyway, but what about your 401k? Because you never know what the next, you never know what Congress is going to do. You don't know what this new administration is going to do. So where is your 401k? What's going on with it? Pick up the phone and call Colin Plume at 877-646-5347. That's 877-646-5347 over at www.noblegoldinvestments.com. Tell them Pastor Begley sent you, and you'll be glad you did. All right, guys, let me tell you exactly what's going on. Good morning, everyone. Wow, what a great broadcast last night with Mike from around the world. And I'm waiting to find out how many people got saved last night. I don't know the number. I see Michelle in there. I don't know if which of the moderators or may have worked on how many were saved, and maybe they haven't got that number for us yet, but we're really, really happy about it. Matter of fact, Tara says I'm counting them right now. Okay, thank you, Tara. So let me, while she's doing that and working through that, and if she doesn't get it during this broadcast, we'll get it later for the next video I do. But let me say this. Let's talk about what happened in Manhattan, because this was a very crucial situation. Here's what happened, guys. 7 people are injured when a van crashes into the outdoor dining area of a bus stop over on the east side of Manhattan. This is breaking news. This has just happened within the hour. Crazy situation, but the van crashed through the outdoor dining setup and the bus stop on Manhattan's east side this morning, injuring 7 people. It could have been a lot worse. 5 adults, 2 children have been injured, some of them critically, in a crash at the 50th Street and 2nd Avenue just about an hour ago. The scene is quite chaotic. 4 of the injured people have been taken to Bellevue Hospital, but they don't think anyone's injuries are life-threatening. The vehicle hit another car, hit the street sign before coming to a stop. The driver of the van, which came to rest inside the scaffolding more than a block away, was taken in for questioning by police. The fire department of New York City requested the Department of Buildings to do an structural integrity check of the building that was struck in the crash. Firefighters have secured the scaffolding and debris. So he took down the scaffolding, took down a pole at the bus stop, hit a street sign, and crashed into the people who were eating at an outside diner as he smashed also into the building. In the car, you can see it in the car in the thumbnail. The car's mangled. The car, I mean, this guy had to be going at pretty good speed. Now, he bounced off of another car. Apparently this van did. And so maybe he was knocked into them, or was he driving erratically? We still don't know exactly what might have happened there, but certainly it was very, very traumatic, to say the least. And so our prayers are going out to all the injured they're being taken to the hospital right now. And our prayers for the people. It is Friday morning. We've seen this kind of stuff happen before, especially on Fridays, which is really weird. And we've seen this in Europe. We've seen this in America, especially in New York City. And we've seen this in France a lot. We've seen it in Germany. It's also happened in the UK. And if you check back, guys, I'm just saying, if you just do what you want to do with this information, I'm just saying that it happens on Fridays, and that's really weird. Is there some kind of just coincidence here? Somebody want to look into that? But we do not know who the driver was. We don't know if he was impaired. We don't know what the situation was. Just another sad story in the streets of New York. And New York is battling right now. New York City is really struggling right now with, was he a drunk? Was he asleep? Right. Was there medications involved? Was it some other deeper, more sinister situation? I don't know. Okay. Now, let me just say quickly, New York is already struggling with Governor Cuomo with the 60-minute interview with the young lady, the sexual harassment claims now against him, pretty strong. Also, the death rate, the number of people who died, and he covered up the numbers of the people who died in nursing homes. Another huge situation there. Where does it go from here? We don't know. So there's a lot taking place right now in New York City, and our prayers are really with these people injured who've been hit. And oh, by the way, Como, I don't think they have a recall vote in New York City. Somebody help me know if there is or not, but I know there is one in California, and they are recalling and are going to have a vote whether or not to keep Governor Gavin Newsom there. He's just about destroyed the state of California economically. And as it relates to Governor Cuomo in New York, they're calling for him to resign. And I mean, everybody is. And I'm talking about Democrats. We're talking even the mainstream media, even CNN is calling for the governor to walk away. And that's really wild when you consider the governor's son is one of the lead anchors at CNN. So there's a lot going on there. There's pressure building, and we're going to have to wait and see how this all shakes out. Meanwhile, prayers going out to the people who are injured in this terrible situation in Manhattan, these people being hit by a car. They said that last night's interview with Mike from Around the World, which was a phenomenal interview, that there was about a 10-second spot in there that was censored. I didn't even know it happened. And so we got an email that said, do you know what it was he said? I'm sorry, I don't know, because I just don't know what he said. I can't remember, to be honest. But apparently there was about a 10-second spot in this, and I interviewed Mike for almost 1 hour. 10 seconds somehow got censored, apparently by the powers that be, and whatever it was he was saying right at that moment, they didn't want to let that out. And that's again, that's what happens when you're in an open forum. Certainly, we are making we are taking precautions in our next interview with Mike Around the World that we're going to have on the climate chaos. That webinar, which is going to be April 23rd and 24th. Steve Quayle, Gil Brazard, Shepard Ambellis, Mike from Around the World, myself. There's going to be some others added to that, more speakers, Bart Begley's film. We're making every attempt to secure the interview with Mike Around the World that's going to be on that webinar, which is coming up April 23rd and 24th. Obviously, there is those who just don't want everything he says to hit the, he works for the government, and so there's some of this stuff that's beyond our control, but we're going to do our very best to get it completely censor-free for the webinar. But when we're in an open forum, 10 seconds is not that bad, really, last night. 10 seconds out of 59 minutes, that's not that bad. But unfortunately, it must have been a key point, and I don't know what it was. I don't know how many people were saved last night. I'm guessing, because it was just too many people too fast, I'm just guessing it was around 80. That's just a guess. It could have been higher. It could have been a little lower. It had to be somewhere in that neighborhood. It might have even hit 100. I don't know. There were so many people who were confessing their sins and calling out to be saved and repenting and giving their life to Jesus Christ. It was an amazing broadcast. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. And also, Sister Heidi sent out a newsletter and updating everything going on in ministry and how powerful God is moving, but also an update on my physical condition and treatments as I'm in my first week. Matter of fact, I got to go right now. I got to go get my fifth treatment of 60. So pray for me. Thank you guys so much. God bless all of you. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Tara, and any other moderator that jumped in here in this impromptu, and all of you who gathered live. God bless all of you. Pray for the people of New York, okay? I'll be back up with more information today. God bless all of you. It's getting crazy. You got something, Heidi? Oh, okay. I'm signing off. All right. God bless you guys.